Helmet, 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 helmet.
Good morning and welcome to the last day of the Women's T20 National Championships. We have been through an action-packed 3 days so far, and we're finally here, the final day. Coming to you live from King City, Ontario, this is Manali Patel. The game today is the finals, and we're talking about two very strong sides. Ontario Heat taking on British Columbia. Both sides have remained unbeaten so far, and they're very evenly matched, so we're certainly in for an action-packed game. We've had a slight delayed start. Unfortunately, we did get quite a lot of rain overnight, and the ground just not ready this morning for play. Nonetheless, we're about to start shortly. British Columbia won the toss, chose to field. And we'll have an update for you on the two batters out in the middle as soon as we can. The two batters out in the middle, Vade and Rhea Misra, and they start off with a dot ball. The bowler into the attack is Saya Chana. She had a good game yesterday. BC playing Atlantic Canada on this ground yesterday, and they did a very good job with the ball. Easy chase for them in the end. Unfortunately, a lot of extras in that game. Atlantic Canada, a newer side. Pushed into the offside. They pick up a single. And Vade, she opens up her account. Correction, Sai is the non-striker, not Iranica. They pick up another 2 runs, and Rhea Misra, the captain of Ontario Heat, opens up her account. We've got a strict 75-minute cutoff for both innings each. We did have a delay with the ground being wet, but the umpires have allowed for the game to play out. There is another game going on as well. Right next to us, Ontario Fire taking on the Prairie side. They played each other yesterday in the afternoon, and they're playing for the 3rd and 4th place in this tournament. That ground is also delayed, unfortunately. As mentioned previously, there was quite a lot of rain last night, and the grounds are waterlogged. Pitched full. It's going to be a no ball. And unfortunately, we've started the slide down into the extras early. And with that comes the first free hit of this innings. Rhea Misra, she's on strike. What can she do with this license to go for? That was a good delivery. No runs coming off the free hit. Played into the leg side. It's going to be another dot ball. Just reconfirming the two batters out in the middle. The skipper, Rhea Misra, and Sai Purandare. Sai is a very experienced cricketer. She's played a high level of cricket in India. Now studying in Canada. She's one wicket that British Columbia are going to need to get early. Four for no loss at the end of the first over. The new bowler into the attack, Mansala Chawla. She went for a few runs yesterday. What can she do today for her British Columbian side? She's got to win. She's got to be on the ball if BC have any chance of pulling off a win at the end of this game. She starts well. Pushed into the offside. It's going to be a dot ball. We know the pitch consistently over the last 3 days has played and kept very low at this pavilion end. Something that the batters are going to need to be watchful of and keep in the back of their mind. It's cut away. It's past the fielder at point, and it's going to run away for a boundary. They pick up their first boundary, Ontario Heat. Hit into the leg side, behind the square leg fielder. They pick up 2 runs. The outfield is very waterlogged this morning. Grass a little bit thicker. They're going to need to make sure they rotate the strike today. They might not get the same value for their shots as they have over the last 3 days. Again, we're going to have the scoreboard up for you as soon as we can. Just working through a few technical difficulties, but we're almost there with that. Just punch into the offside, and there's a misfield. They're going to pick up another single. Good awareness from the 2 batters out there. Rhea Misra has been phenomenal, in this entire tournament. One of the younger players. She's been given the captaincy of the side, and she's truly shown that she is ready for responsibility. Pulled away, straight to the fielder at short extra cover. The catch goes down. I don't know how costly that might end up for the British Columbian side, but Rhea Misra just said she was doing well, and she's hit a ball straight to the fielder at short extra cover. She's going to need to be out there, play a captain's innings today. That being said, they do have a long batting lineup, a lot of experience in their side to come. That's played better. Placed into the offside. It's just pulled back at the boundary. A great diving effort. and they're going to pick up 2 runs. The umpire's just making sure that that was pulled back before the rope. Umpire is signaling, and they have signaled 4 runs. A good effort nonetheless by the fielder out in the deep. A much better shot from Maria Mistra. At the end of the second over, 17 for no loss. Ontario Heat going along well. Saya Chana back into the attack. She starts well again. She bowled extremely well yesterday. I have an update for you on her bowling figures from yesterday as soon as we can. Punched into the offside. It's going to be a dot ball, but these 2 batters out there, they're looking positive. Good intent from the 2. Of course, power play over is just the 2 fielders allowed out in the deep. At the moment, we don't really have anyone out in the deep. Upish, and that's a good catch taken by the fielder at mid-off. It's going well over her head, got in a jump at the end, and she takes a very good catch to dismiss Sai Purandare. Brief innings from her this morning, and British Columbia, they pick up their first wicket. 15 for 1 after 2.2. Vandana Maharajan, the new batter, also very experienced, similar to Sai, who just got out, played a lot of cricket in India.
Batter is number 10. Thank you.
Driven into the offside. It's going to be the dot ball. Well bowled. That's going to be another dot. Just the one delivery to come in the over. Vandana Mahajan yet to get off the strike. Just faced 2 deliveries. Rhea on 6 off 7. That's well placed. Behind the fielder at point. They're looking to pick up 2, and they do quite easily pick up the 2 runs. Still very early in the game, but we know that British Columbia handed Ontario Fire their second loss, chasing or defending 118 runs. So we do know that they're capable of scoring runs. We also do know they're capable of chasing totals that are well past a run of all. Ontario Heat is going to need to be mindful of their run rate and try and make sure that they can get at least 150 up on the board. Try and reduce the pressure off their bowlers when they come out in the second innings. Flighted, full toss, and that's flicked off the pads. Rhea Misra, she picks up another 4 runs. This is good batting from the youngster. She waited on the ball. Wayward delivery to start the over from Mansa Challa, and she's given the treatment. Back of a length, and Rhea punches that into the offside. It's going to be a dot ball. Better comeback delivery after straying down leg. Unfortunately, we've seen this quite often, the lack of consistency from the bowlers. Just don't have the experience, don't play enough cricket to be able to be as consistent as they need. And as I say that, that's another wide. It's going to be wide down the offside. Ball keeping low. It's going to be a dot ball. Full of delivery. Rhea looks to flick that off her pads again. She just finds a fielder at short mid wicket. That's played really well. Just picks up the single, but it was a great shot down to the fielder at deep mid wicket. She's got good positive intent today, Rhea. She's also looking to rotate the strike more positively. They're going along well, Ontario Heat. Pushed into the offside. A direct hit. I think the batter, Rhea Misra, she quite safely made her ground. It's going to be the end of the over. 24 for 1 at the end of 4. Big shout from the British Columbian side. The umpire says not out.
Can we have that door closed, please?
Sayachana continuing the attack. She's bowling her third over. 2 good overs to start her bowling spell. 4 runs coming off the first. She picks up a wicket and just 2 runs coming off her second. Loose delivery. Unfortunately, that's going to be a wide. Just got to learn to keep the pressure on. Big shout the ball before. Unfortunately, she's lost the mark this time around. All these extras are doing is just releasing the pressure off the 2 batters in the middle. This time it's going to be a wide on the offside. Overcorrecting, unfortunately. Short, wide. It's punched into the offside behind the fielder point. They'll pick up another 2 runs. She's getting more pace, Chala. Unfortunately, not getting the line and length that she should. Punched into the offside. They pick up a quick single. Apart from the 2 wides, this is turning out to be a very good over. Chana, I think this is the quickest we've seen her bowl in this tournament. Positive cricket from both sides today. The 2 stronger sides of the tournament. They'll pick up a leg by. Good awareness from Vandy at the non-striker's end. She noticed the fielder was quite deep. Calls for a quick single.
You guys.
One delivery to come in the over. It's flicked into the leg side, and they'll finish off with another single. A decent over, 31 for 1 at the end of 5. Got a bowling change at their own end. Tanvi Vaidyanathan into the attack. Didn't see her bowl yesterday. She's been around the British Columbian side for quite a few years now. Flighted delivery, it's a full toss. Flicked into the leg side behind the fielder at square leg. It runs away for another boundary. An easy 4 runs picked up by Vandana Mahajan. Unfortunately for British Columbia, Chenna's done such a good job at the pavilion end keeping the runs down, and she just hasn't gotten the support from her bowling partner at the road end. They've just been leaking runs at the other end, extras, loose deliveries. Almost a wide. She gets bat on it. Vandy, and she'll pick up another 2 runs. It might be tight. Makes it home safely. Good running from the 2 batters out there. Good awareness. Good aggression and intent with their batting. Excellent running. Just dropped into the leg side, and they call for a single. Fielders are quite wide. We've got a fielder at long on, mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square. Played into the leg side again. The square leg fielder is so far deep. It's going to be an easy single every time. Direct hit from the fielder, Manat Hundal. She did a very good job with her bowling spell yesterday. Big shot from the keeper. Umpire says not out. Good over comes to an end for Ontario Heat. 38 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. And that's going to be the end of the power play. Saya Chenna into her 4th over. Looks like they're going to bowl her out. Not a bad decision. She's been on the mark. She's bowling well. She's able to keep the pressure on the 2 batters out there. She might pick up a wicket. Be fantastic for her side, British Columbia, if she can do that. Cut away, and a fantastic effort by the fielder at backward point. Nicole Gallagher. A diving effort. She saves a short boundary. It's a very good fielding effort. A backward point. Tough fielding place. Tough position to field, I should say.
Shaji, we gotta conquer the BC gang. You can. You have to be neutral.
Guided past the point fielder this time. They'll pick up 2 runs. Just checking if that might have run to the boundary. Extra pace on that delivery. Left alone by the batter, Vandy.
This side.
There is another game playing right now, third and fourth place playoffs. The Prairies taking on Ontario Fire. Ontario Fire winning the toss on that ground, and they chose to field the Prairies 25-1 at the end of their 4 overs. Pushed into the offside, and that's punched well. Might not make it to the boundary. The ground is quite waterlogged on that side. Amarpal Kaur does well to limit it to a single. Correction, 2 runs. Let's punch into the offside again, and another single. This is good rotating of strike. They're going at 6.29 runs and over. Ontario Heat. Projected score 126. Again, we've just started this game. A lot more overs to come, and they've got the firepower to accelerate the innings towards the end. They will need close to 150 to put any kind of pressure on this BC side. If you're just joining us, we're coming to you with the finals of this 4-day Women's Nationals at King City. It's been an action-packed 3 days, today being the final day. Both of these sides would like to come out on top. Both unbeaten so far. (44-1) after 7, and we're going to see another bowling change. Amarpal Kaur into the attack from the road end. Had a bit of an off day yesterday with the ball. Starts off with a good delivery. That's missed by the keeper. They'll pick up 1 by. Oh, very well bowled. Beats Misra and the keeper. Fantastic delivery. She looks to be on the mark today, finding her rhythm compared to yesterday. She's going to need to get a couple of wickets for her side. And that's picked up. It's going to go straight down the throat of the fielder at long on, mid on, and she unfortunately makes a meal of it. It's going to go down as yet another drop catch. Rhea Misra on life number 2. Frustrating for the bowler. She's bowling well, creating the opportunities. Got to take these opportunities, BC. Chipping down the wicket, almost another wicket. She misses the ball. Vandy this time should have been stumped, and on this occasion the wicketkeeper misses the ball. Everything happening out there for British Columbia. They're just not taking the chances. Quick single. This is good running from the 2 batters. They realize they've got a challenging bowler on their hands, and maybe better to not attack, just try and rotate the strike with her. 47-1 at the end of 8. A very good over from Amarpal Kaur. It looks like we're going to have spin from both ends.
Thank you.
Mannat Hundal, the young leggy, to bowl from the pavilion end. She did a fantastic job with the ball yesterday. She's been impressive this whole tournament. And she shows great control of her leg spin bowling. One of the toughest art of bowling in cricket, and she seems to show a lot of maturity. She starts off with a short ball. Bandy looking to put her away. She misses the ball. They'll scamper across for a single.
Yeah. Okay, you guys have to move from there, please. Please go inside. Thank you.
It's a slightly chilly morning at King City. A lot of rain last night. Well, that's well bowled. Maria driving it into the back of her foot. There you see her just giving it a slight rub. She does have the habit of closing the face of the bat. We've seen her better job this time. We've seen her trying to punch off the back foot, and unfortunately she gets it into the leg side more often than she should be. She did that once in the previous over as well. Potentially just holding the bat too tight with her bottom hand. Another dot. The spinners are doing their job on both ends. They're creating the pressure, and the runs have dried up. Awesome turn for Mannat on that occasion. And a very, very good over comes to an end. 48 for 1 at the end of 9. 49 correction for 1 at the end of 9. Rhea Misra 19 off 25. Vandana Mahajan 15 off 21. Ticking along. 5.33 runs and over so far. Almost at the halfway mark. You'd think they'll need to start to accelerate around the 15, 16 over mark. They do have quite a lot of big hitting to come in their batting lineup. Tarisha Bess, Indo Gordial. Two experienced campaigners who can hit the long ball. Core into the attack. It's driven into the offside. They're going to need to be patient, the two batters out there. The two spinners are bowling very well. And the last thing they want to do is lose 2 wickets early. Chipping down, driving that, punching that down the ground. It misses the fielder at mid-on. It's going to run away for 4 runs. Amarpal Kaur a little disappointed potentially with herself, not able to get her hand to that. It was hit very straight. The fielders, unfortunately, at mid-off and mid-on didn't have a chance. Going up and over. Not quite able to clear the fielder at mid-off. Mid-on correction. Should pick up 1 run. There's some aggression coming out. Mandy, she realizes they can't be facing dot ball after dot ball. The fielding has been tidy. Apart from the 2 drop catches from British Columbia, they've done very well in the field. Chipping down again. Rhea hits that down the ground. Miron does well to keep it to a single. Six runs coming off the over so far. Vandy goes big. That's hit straight down the ground. And that's going to be 4 runs. Picked up beautifully. Pitched up delivery from Amarpal Kaur, and Vandy gets underneath that, puts it up and over past the fielder at mid-on. She's showing some aggression, making sure she puts Amarpal Kaur under some pressure. Both bowler and batter played a lot of cricket in India. Flicked into the leg side, and they pick up another single. This is very good batting from the 2 batters out in the middle. It's going to be the end of the over. 60 for 1 at the end of 10, halfway mark. And we may have a quick drinks break. We'll be back with you shortly. Almost ready to start again after a quick drinks break. For those of you joining us, 60 for 1 at the halfway point from Ontario Heat. They've done well, just losing the 1 wicket early at the top. But these 2 batters out in the middle, Rhea Misra 20 off 26, Vandy 26 off 26. They're looking good. Playing a steady ship, aggressive when they need to be. They've done an excellent job to rotate the strike. Just a quick update for those of you with us. There is another game going on as well. Prairie's taking on Ontario Fire, 3rd and 4th place playoffs on that ground. And 37 for 3 is what the Prairies are on right now. Unfortunately, they've lost their captain, Divya Saxena, early today. So the chances of getting a lot of runs on the board are slim. Hundal back into the attack. Starts well. It's going to be a dot ball to start this over. Not sure how many of you guys are following the Ashes. England just needed 19 more runs. They're 7 wickets down. Lots of overs to come. It's only day 4. It's played into the offside to the fielder, 3rd man. They pick up an easy single. England, it's a must-win situation. Just need 19 more runs. 3 wickets in hand. Again, you just never know with Australia, though. They fight till the very end. Back to the action at King City, though, playing for the finals. Flighted delivery, looking to drive that. Hit straight to the fielder at point, and they're going to get another dot ball. Ontario Heat taking on British Columbia for the finals. Both played very well throughout this tournament, both unbeaten. Someone's going to walk home with bragging rights as the unbeaten. We'll have to see which team that's going to be between these two. It's a good contest. The bowling's been very good this morning. Bowled well. There's some turn for her. It's dabbed into the offside to the fielder at third man, and they're doing a good job rotating the strike. A mature innings by both of the batters out there. Chipping down Rhea Misra. She gets an edge on it, and the keeper does a really good job holding on. She's going to have to walk back. The skipper, 17 off of 28 deliveries for her. A quiet innings. BC picking up their second wicket, 64 for 2. It's an interesting take by the keeper. She stuck to her guns, took a great catch, and instead of also following it up with a stumping, just in case the umpire's finger might not have gone up for the caught behind, she chose to just hold on to the ball. I want to make sure if you have the stumping option after, you take it just in case the umpire says, I didn't hear a nick, I didn't see the ball deviate. Cover your bases. New batter in, Terusha Bess. She can hit a long ball. Played a lot of her cricket in the West Indies. She's one tough cookie. Amar Paul back into the attack for her third over. 13 runs coming off of her first two. She's been put under some pressure the previous over. Vandy taking the attack back to her. Missing your mark. That's going to be a wide. Loose delivery. Amarpal Kaur, she's bowled well so far. She's got to remember, finish her action. Played into the offside, straight to the fielder at point. It's going to be a dot ball. Tidy over so far, apart from the wide. Putting the pressure right back on Vandy. This is a great contest between batter and bowler. Vandy chipping down, punch into the offside. They'll pick up a quick single. Brings Bess on to face her first delivery this game. Got out for naught yesterday afternoon. A rare duck from her. Should look to make up for that in this game. She's off the mark. Slight misfield by the bowler, and they take advantage of it. This has been great awareness from the batters out in the middle. They've done a very good job rotating the strike today. And I hope British Columbia is paying attention to this because yesterday they did win their game, but it was very slow batting. Driven into the offside. The fielder at cover makes a mess of it. It's pulled back at the rope. They pick up 2 runs. And that's going to be the end of the over. 68 for 2 at the end of 12. Hundal back into the attack. A rare loose delivery from her. A full toss. It's pulled away. And it's going to be 4 runs past the fielder at square leg. Manat Hundal just having a chat with Sonali Vig. Sonali Vig brings a lot of experience into this side. Just making sure that she talks to the youngster. Gives her the motivation and a pep talk. She's bowled well so far. Flighted delivery. Hits the batter. They're looking to pick up a run, and they do. It was a tight one. It's going to be a bye. Had the keeper hit the stumps, Bandy would be walking back. Well bowled. Almost runs onto the stumps. This is some exciting cricket out there. Players are pumped up. It's been a good contest so far. If you're in the vicinity and you can drive down to King City, please do. We're in for an exciting match this morning. Chip down the ground for a single. Short delivery. Gets away with it. Best not able to pull and put it away. She hits it straight to the fielder at mid square leg, and that's going to be a single to her name. Driven into the covers. It's going to be another single. Yeah, 76 for 2 at the end of 13. We're ticking along. Quick update for you on the ground beside us. Prairie's Ontario Fire. Prairie's on 46 for 5. After 9.2 overs. They've lost their captain early today. Unfortunately, Divya Saxena out for 11 today. Her lowest total so far in the tournament. She's been carrying that side quite single-handedly with the bat. We're going to have a change of bowling. The new bowler coming in from the road end, Mohini Kalra. Well bowled. She starts off with a dot ball. pulled away. There is a fielder coming around at cow corner. She's going to cut it off. They pick up 2 runs. Good running out in the middle. It's chilly morning at King City today. Supposed to be overcast conditions all day. Flighted delivery, chipping down the ground, Vandy. There is a fielder at long on who's going to cut it off and pick up another single. A miss hit lands in no man's land. They'll pick up a single. Not the best of shots from Bess. Cut away, and it's a fantastic shot. It's going to be 4 runs. Vandana Mahajan, she's looking good out there. Waited on that delivery. It was short, it was wide. She placed it beautifully behind the fielder at point. She's going along well. She's moved up to 41 off 42. Projected score 117. We're in the 13th, 14th over correction. They're going to need to start to accelerate soon if they're to get anywhere close to that 140, 150 mark. And that's the end of the over. 84 for 2 at the end of 14. A lot of flight on that delivery. It's a low full toss. There's a shout, half a shout, and she's been given. Tarisha Bess, she's out. She's got to have to walk back. 7 off 7. Correction, 7 off 8 for her today. She just wasn't able to find the rhythm that she needed to accelerate the innings. $88 for 4. Correction, 88 for 3 at the end of 14.3 overs. The new batter in, Shakambari Muharil.
That 2-1, that's 4 runs.
Mannat, she picks up her second wicket. She's bowled well. 11 runs coming off of her 3.3 over. She's got 3 deliveries left. She'd love to pick up a couple more wickets for her side if she can.
Oh, Shacks.
What number? 2-1 is that.
Shacks.
Oh, what a delivery. Playing a miss. And another dot ball. It's pulled away. The fielder at square leg giving chase. And they're going to pick up 2 runs. British Columbia, they've done a really good job picking wickets at regular intervals. What this has done for them is made sure that Ontario Heat isn't able to get the momentum to go big at the end. Well bowled again. It's going to be a dot ball to finish. A very good spell from Anathundal. 90 for 3 after 15, and she finishes her spell with 13 runs, 2 wickets off of her 4 overs. Fantastic bowling from the youngster for British Columbia. Mohini Kalra to continue the attack from the road end. Vandy's on strike. It's cut away. It beats the fielder at point. It's going to be 4 runs. She's cut that beautifully. Again, doesn't overhit the ball, just times it to perfection. She's showing her class and her experience, exactly what her side need from her today. Again, they're still going at 6 runs and over. They only get to 120 at this rate. And she's going to need to be the batter out there to see them to the end as the aggressor. She's on 49, 1 run away from her half century. Short delivery, cut away again. Beats the fielder at point again, and she picks up another boundary. And more importantly, she brings up a 50 for herself. It's been a very good innings from Vandana Mahajan. Fantastic batting from the very experienced Vandy Mahajan out there in the middle. She's played a great knock for her side. Just backing away, fielders moving around in the field. Punch that into the offside. She picks up a single. Dot ball. What a delivery. Hands on heads out there. It's all happening. A lot of action.
What score you have there?
99.
You have to
They'll pick up another single. Shakambari, she's going to have to be aware that she's got to give the strike to Vandy as often as she can. 100 up for Ontario Heat, 100 for 3 at the end of 16. The new bowler from the pavilion end, Sonali Vig, into the attack. She replaces Hundal. A dot ball to start her over. Punched into the offside to the fielder at point. Quick single. Gotta be careful of the fielder at point. Nicole Gallagher. She's a good fielder. She's got a good arm. If you're to call a single, you gotta make sure the non-striker is backing up and ready to take off. Chipping down the ground. It's just going to be a single. It's hit out to the fielder at mid-off. And Vandy just signaling to her batting partner, Shakambari, let's get a move on. Her job at this point, Shakambari, to get off strike. And Vandy, very alert. The keeper makes a mess of that, and she's back on strike. Knows she's got a big job to do for her side. Just been told Indo Gordio she's not available today. She's not at the ground. They miss out on an experienced batter and bowler. This one's hit straight down the ground. It's going to be 6 runs. Fantastic shot from Vandy Mahajan. She's putting a master class out there for everyone to see, showing her experience and her class. She's been all over the British Columbia side. Their bowlers just haven't been able to put the pressure on her. Oh, and she's gone. What a fantastic catch by the fielder at long on. Vandy goes again. Unfortunately, picks out the fielder at long on, and she takes a very good catch in the deep. A good innings comes to an end. Vandy out for 61. Off 50 deliveries. She is distraught with herself, very disappointed. Slowly walking back. She's done a good job for her side, but she knows she had to stay there till the very end. There's still a lot of work to be done. Just 109 runs on the board for 3 wickets. And as I mentioned earlier, Indo is not available today. And they miss out on her experience with the bat and the ball. Sana Zafar, the new batter in. It's going to be the end of the over. 109 for 4 at the end of 17. Loose delivery. It's picked up on the leg side. It's going to be 4 runs. A very good shot from Shakambari.
What's the bowler? Mohini?
Mohini continuing the attack. The 3rd over. Loose delivery to start the over. Unfortunately, short down leg. Got the treatment that it deserved. Oh, and she's bowled. A good comeback delivery from Mohini, and she has bowled Shakambari. Now got 2 new batters out in the middle. And you'd have to say British Columbia, they've turned this game around and brought it back into their favor. Ontario Heat, 113 for 5 after 17.2. new batter in, Shrishti Raha.
It doesn't matter.
She's handy with the bat. She's going to need to put on some runs for her side today.
Yeah. Shush.
Flighted delivery to Shrishti Raha. She starts off with a defense. Equation, unfortunately, projected score is only 129. Shrishti throws her bat at that. The fielder at point coming around. She's going to cut it off. They're calling for two. They decide to stick to one. She's off the mark, Shrishti Raha. Sana Zafar now to face her first delivery. It's been very impressive stuff by the British Columbian side. The bowlers have stayed on top of it. They've kept the pressure on. Apart from Vandy, they've really given a tough time to most of the batters today. And most importantly, they've pecked away at wickets. A big shout. The umpire says not out. That was well down leg. Just clipping the pad of Sana Zafar. Almost a wide, if anything. Cut away. The fielder at point trying to come around, giving a chase. They're calling for two, and they pick up 2 runs. This is good running by the two batters out in the middle. Sana Zafar, she's opened her account. And a very good over comes to an end. 116 for 5 at the end of 18. 2 overs to come for Ontario Heat. Currently, at this rate, they only get to 129, and you'd have to think that just won't be enough against this British Columbian side. They've got a lot of batting in their batting lineup. Need to push that 140 mark. One of these two out there, if not both, are going to have to aggress. They've only got the 2 overs. Still got 5 wickets in hand. Ontario Heat really missing out on the absence of Indo Gordial today.
And then she'd go away there and try to get her.
Pitched well outside offside by Sonali Vig. Shrishti Raha trying to get inside the line of the ball, completely misses it, trying to play it into the leg side. She should have just looked at playing that into the offside. Is in the right position to cut away. Looking to pull that. It goes over the head of the keeper. Might be a run out. Oh, and the throw is just not good enough. They pick up 2 runs. Needed a better throw, and it would have been tight. Well, that's pulled away well. It beats the fielder at mid-wicket. And Shrishti Raha, she picks up 4 important runs for her side. Fantastic shot. Just a little short from Vig on this occasion, and Raha's quick to pounce on that. She knows the equation. She knows she's got a hit from ball 1, Shrishti Raha. $122 for 5. 1.5 overs to come. Pulls again. This time straight to the fielder at square leg. A fantastic catch. And that brings up the 6th wicket. Ontario Heat 122 for 6. They make up for the 2 drop catches earlier in the innings, and that was a really good catch by the fielder at square leg. Very impressive stuff by this British Columbia side. Their coach, he's up on his feet. He's done well with his side. He's pumped him up throughout this 4-day tournament. Always positive. Mansa Chala at square leg took a magnificent catch the ball earlier. And she's bowled. Amanjeet Virk, I didn't even get the chance to introduce her as a new batter, and unfortunately she's going to have to walk back. First ball that she faced. Sonali Vig has bowled Amanjeet Virk for not on her first delivery. Fantastic stuff from British Columbia. She's on a hat trick. Can she get her hat trick? We haven't seen a hat trick yet in this tournament. Xylin Ortiz, the new batter in. She replaces Amanjeet Virk. Still got 1.2 overs. 1.1 over, correction. Can they get close to that 130 mark? We're already short of that 150 anticipated total or projected total. This is turning out to be a fantastic performance by the British Columbian side. Big to continue. Oh, what a fantastic delivery. And that's going to be a run out. She doesn't get her hat trick, but she gets a wicket for the team nonetheless. That's a team hat trick for British Columbia. Well, it seems that we have reached the end of that 75-minute cutoff mark. We're going to be an over short from 20 overs, but they've put up a good fight, British Columbia. Ontario Heat only managing 122. They're going to have to bowl out of their skins if they've got any chance at this game, Ontario Heat. Just a quick recap of the batting. Sai Purandani, the first wicket to fall. She fell for 8 runs, not able to get a big score under her belt. Rhea Misra, the captain, 16 off 27. Vandana Mahajan, the standout batter, 61 off 50 for her. She anchored the innings, did a very good job with the bat today. Not much else to be said, unfortunately, just single digits for the rest of the batters. The pick of the bowlers. Manath Hundal, she picked up 2 wickets, just the 13 runs coming off of her 4 overs. And Sonali Vig, 3 wickets to her name, 2 overs, 15 runs off of her bowling. Sayachana, she did a very good job at the beginning. Opened the bowling, put the pressure on, 1 wicket, 18 runs off of her 4 overs. All in all, a very good performance by British Columbia. We'll be back with you with the chase shortly. Welcome back to the action. We're here for the second innings of this finals. Ontario Heat taking on British Columbia. Ontario Heat only managing 122 runs for 8. We had to cut the game off at 19 overs. We've got a strict time cutoff today. 75 minutes aside. And British Columbia, they did a very good job with the ball. They pegged away at wickets at regular intervals, made sure that Ontario Heat didn't get the momentum they needed to accelerate at the end. It was a fantastic effort out in the field. The fielders were on point, just the 2 drop catches earlier in the innings. But otherwise, great fielding. They took some magnificent catches in the deep. And they've given themselves a fighting chance against Ontario Heat. The 2 batters out in the middle. We'll have an update for you on those shortly. Just a quick update on the ground beside us. Prairie's taking on Ontario Fire. Ontario Fire need 54 more from 81. It's going to be a quick, easy game there. But this game right here, Heat taking on British Columbia, we're going to be in for a good fight. Ontario is going to have hoped that they would have put up at least 140 runs. They're going to be under pressure, their bowlers. They cannot afford extras, cannot afford misfields. They're going to have to be on it from ball 1. Bowler into the attack, the skipper, Rhea Misra. She's bowled well this entire tournament. She's going to need to do that for her team today. Saya Chana on strike. Unfortunately, we start with a wide. And the BC account has now opened. Good delivery. A dot ball to follow. The 2 batters out in the middle. Saya Chana, who's on strike, and the non-striker, Laura Jones. Laura Jones opening the batting yesterday as well. She got 26 odd runs. Played a decent innings. Given the equation today, she's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive. They can't afford too many dot balls. Punch into the offside. There's a yes, no. Do we have a run out? The keeper doesn't collect the ball, and they scamper across for a single. Another dot ball. The equation at the start of this innings, they need 121 off 118 balls. So it's really not necessary to take too many risks at this point, but we do have to remember that yesterday is a similar equation for British Columbia, and they were given 54 extras. So a lot of gifts. They didn't really need to accelerate with the bat yesterday. Today, their batting will be tested. This Ontario side does have an experienced bowling attack. It's going to be another wide. Rhea just a little frustrated with herself. She knows she's got to do a good job with the ball for her side. She's got a lead from the top. Pulled into the leg side. The fielder at dip mead wicket is coming around. She's going to cut it off. Just a single. Ontario Heat, they've changed their keeper. Sana Zafar usually keeps for them. Sai Purandane is behind the stumps now. She is an experienced keeper. She's taken on the gloves. She's one of the senior players. Better delivery from Rhea Misra.
You got two wides in you. Wide. Force is a wide. Yeah. Dot ball. Single. Dot ball. Wide. Single. Dot ball.
It's chipped into the leg side. Good aggressive running. They pick up another single. It's going to be the end of the first over. 4 runs coming off of it. 5 runs, correction, coming off of it. British Columbia, they're ticking along. Bowler coming in from the road end, Tarisha Bess. She bowled extremely well yesterday against British Columbia. She's going to need to pick up a couple of wickets for her side if she's going to give them a fighting chance. She starts with a dot. This is a good start to the second over. Tarisha Bess, 3 dots in a row. That's picked up beautifully. It's chipped over the bowler's head. They'll pick up just a single. Oh, and she's bowled. Bowled around her legs. Laura Jones. She makes a mess of that for herself. Unfortunately, she's going to have to walk back. Just the 1 run for her off of 5 deliveries. And Ontario Heat, they pick up their first wicket. 6 for 1 at the end of 2. Rhea Misra to continue the attack. A couple of wides in her first over. Generally, she's been very consistent, bat and ball, throughout this 4-day tournament. Well bowled. Oh, just getting the bat down. They'll pick up a single. The new player out there, Amarpal Kaur. A very experienced player. She's played a high level of cricket in India. We've seen her consistently perform with the bat for her side throughout the 4 days that we've been here. You'd need to think that she'll have to bat it out if they've got a chance at this game, British Columbia. Punched into the offside. It's going to be just a single. They pick out the fielder, it covers. Oh, that's popped up in the air. It's going to fall in the middle of all the fielders, and she's going to be out. Saya Chana, she's run out. Unfortunately, that was very lazy running from her. She started off late, then she didn't slide her bat in, and she's going to have to walk back. They've done so well with the ball, British Columbia, and they're just giving it away with the bat. 8 for 2 after 2.4 overs. And Ontario Heat, they're now alive. They've picked up 2 important wickets. Very poor running on that occasion. It's very good awareness from the keeper. Sai picked up the ball and did a very good job with the throw. Great energy out there in the middle. A lot of chatter from Ontario Heat. They're pumped up. The new batter in, Mohini Kalra. Maria Misra. She's now seemed to find her rhythm. Half an appeal from the bowler is well down leg. That should have been 2 runs, and the 2 batters settle on 1. It's going to be a leg by. Nine for 2 at the end of 3. Tarisha Best to continue the attack. She starts off with the dot ball. The equation, just 2 wickets down, has changed significantly. British Columbia, they're going to be under a lot of pressure now. It's driven back to the bowler. Slightly wayward delivery. Flicked into the leg side. They're going to pick up 2 runs, British Columbia. There's a big shout. It looks like it was going down leg. The umpire says not out. Ontario Heat asking a lot of questions of British Columbia now. This is the experience that this side brings. Flighted delivery. Oh, and that's going to be out. Very flighted. It dipped just in time, getting the pad. Mohini Kalra, she's out for naught. She's going to be very disappointed with herself. And this game is turning around very quickly. British Columbia 9 for 3 at the end of 3. New batter in, Nicole Gallagher. She's very good with the bat yesterday. She can bat, she can hit the ball hard. She's going to need to stay out there, steady the ship. Between Amarpal and Nicole, they're going to need to set up a partnership. $11 for 3 at the end of 4. We're going to see a change in the bowling attack. Vandana Mahajan coming into the attack from the pavilion end. She's done the job with the bat today. She's going to need to do it with the ball. She starts well. Well bowled again. Three dot balls in a row. This is a good start from this over. It's going to be a good contest between Amarpal Kaur and Vandana Mahajan. Two very experienced players. Both of them played a lot of cricket in India. Amarpal, she's got a lot of work to do for her side out there. They're 3 down, British Columbia. She's going to have to bat out this innings. It's going to be another dot ball. Well watched. That's going to be a wide. Oh, that goes down as a drop catch. She just chipped it, Amarpal, straight to the fielder at short extra cover. The fielder just not ready for it. I think that's Rhea Misra. It's going to go down as a drop catch. The first for Ontario. I pick up a single. $13 for 3 at the end of 5. New bowler into the attack, Amanjeet Virk. She's coming in from the road end. Slightly surprised with this bowling change. She was very expensive yesterday. She's going to hope for a better day today. Flicked off the pads. It's going to be a dot ball. Just a lot of extras from Amanjeet Virk yesterday. Wasn't consistent enough with the ball. Side sitting in a very comfortable position. They've picked up 3 wickets early on. There isn't really much pressure with the ball for her today. Punch into the offside. Amarpal Kaur, she'll pick up a single. Things have gotten very quiet out in the middle. And that's driven into the leg side. They'll pick up another run. They're going to have to do this. The two batters out in the middle, they're going to have to look to rotate the strike, take no risks. 3 wickets down, not much more batting to come in their side. There's a chance if these two can stay out there for another 10 overs. If they lose any more wickets, it might be curtains for British Columbia. Oh, and there we have it. It's going to be a wide. And great awareness by Nicole Gallagher. She calls for a quick single. They pick up 2 wides. Throwing the kitchen sink at that Nicole Gallagher. Just a little too wide for her. In the end, it goes down as a dot ball. One legal delivery to go in the over. And that's punch into the offside. The fielder, Rhea Misra, she does well to get a hand to that. They pick up another single. 18 for 3 at the end of 6. Just a quick update on the ground beside us. Ontario Fire 72 for no loss. They just need 13 more runs of 37 deliveries. Pereira 24 off 24. Begg 14 off 23. Oh, that's well bowled. Well played. Vandenak to continue the attack from the pavilion end. She bowled a decent first over. Just the 2 runs coming off of it. Oh, that's cut away beautifully. What a shot by Nicole Gallagher. Short, outside off. Nicole Gallagher, she says thank you very much, and she punches it past the fielder at point and picks up a very handy 4 runs for her side. This is going to do wonders for her confidence. It's pumped up the British Columbia camp. Oh, and that's well bowled. There's a big shout. Might be a run out. Oh, it's all happening out there. And just being reminded, the equation might not come down to the number of overs. It's going to come down to the cutoff time. 12:25 is the cutoff time.
Guys, there's a game going on. Please wait. There's a game going on.
Full toss, punch into the offside, and that's going to be another dot ball. And that's going to be a wide. call from the umpire. Just mentioning earlier, the cutoff time is 12:25, at which point we will go to Duckworth Lewis. That's well bowled. Well played. Oh, what a big swing and a miss. That's going to be the end of the over. 23 for 3 at the end of 7. Amanjeet Virk to continue the attack. Oh, and that's cut away. It's going to be straight to the fielder at deep cover. Nicole Gallagher back on strike. Gallagher 6 off 12. Amarpal Kaur 4 of 10. Have lost the 3 wickets. They do need to steady the ship. That's going to be wide.
You sacrifice the morning, you sacrifice the afternoon. So you have a long day. I always said the same thing. Come guy, walk, keep walking.
Oh, that's not sure if that's hit her on the helmet or the arm. That was a dipping full toss. Don't think. Oh, and it is a late call. There is a no ball. No ball for height. It's going to be a free hit. More importantly, Amarpal Kaur, she is on strike to face the free hit. She's very experienced with the bat.
That's no ball.
That's a beautiful shot. It's smoked down the ground. Past the fielder at extra cover. Amarpal Kaur, she gets 4 runs off the free hit. A very good shot. Just hear the crunch off the bat.
No ball, plus the 1 run. Fourth ball is a run. Yeah, 1 run. Then a wide.
Driven down the ground. And pick up another single. It's good stuff from Nicole Gallagher. Slides her bat, turns around, looking for the second. Good match awareness.
Oh.
Are you okay? It's a sharp edge, you know. It's another loose delivery. It's going to be another wide. Ontario Heat, they're missing the experience of Indo Gordio. She's not here today. Missing out on 4 important overs from her. They felt her absence in the batting lineup as well. Short ball. It's cut away. It's going to go straight to the fielder. A deep cover. They pick up another single. Pulled away. The fielder out in the deep. Oh, and this is good awareness. Slight misfield by the fielder out in the deep, and they pick up 2 runs. Looks like these two are doing a good job steadying the ship. Illegal delivery to come in the over. It's going to be another wide, unfortunately. It's been a long over for Amanjeet Virk. She's lacked consistency, throughout this 4-day tournament. Oh, and beautiful shot. That's picked up beautifully by Amarpal Kaur. She's put it away at the long on boundary, and they pick up 4 runs. An expensive over comes to an end. $41 for 3 at the end of 8 overs. We have a bowling change. Rhea Misra back into the attack from the pavilion end. She replaces Vandana Mahajan, who was bowled beautifully, just the 7 runs off of her 2 overs. She's done very well with bat and ball today, Vandana. Rhea to Nicole. Oh, and that's almost chopped on. Looking to pull that, Nicole Gallagher just getting an under edge almost onto her stumps. She's done well to anchor the innings with Amarpal Kaur. She's going to need to continue that. We do have a co-commentator, Ingleton Liebert from Cricket Canada is going to be joining us, and that's going to be wide, unfortunately. Welcome, Ingle.
Thanks, Manali. Yeah, the game's been going. It's getting exciting now. Chasing 121, is it, for victory? 122 for victory.
123 for victory.
123 for victory.
Yeah.
It's 41 for 3 and 8 overs, and Amarpal and Nicole looking very comfortable.
Oh, there's a big shout. Playing well across her pads. She scampers across. It's going to be a leg by. Yeah, Nicole. She's actually an ex-Ontario resident.
And
She's played.
yes, I remember the name, Nicole Gallagher. She lived in Hamilton area.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Lived in Hamilton her whole childhood. Played cricket in Ontario for years. And then she decided to move to British Columbia.
Derek, wait. You don't know the rules.
That's chipped straight into the air. The fielder at mid-off takes an easy catch. Amarpal Kaur, she's going to be disappointed with herself. Sana Zafar takes an easy catch, and unfortunately for British Columbia, they lose Amarpal Kaur 43 for 4 after 8.3 overs.
A very easy catch. Well, she made it look easy. Very kind. She did very comfortable, and big note to Easy because Amanpal was looking so comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely, and she was one of their main batters in the side. Unfortunately, they don't have as much batting as they would have hoped for. She was to anchor that innings, and if they had any chance, she needed to play to the very end. Just a quick update on the game next to us. Ontario Fire was taking on Prairies this morning. It was a low-scoring affair. Ontario Fire, they made easy work, 55 for no loss. They chased it down in 9.1 overs. Bingo, it's a pretty good day for cricket today at King City.
It is. It's sunny. It's good temperature. Not too hot like we had a few of the days earlier this week. And a good crowd, actually. All those summer cricketers, but I think I see a lot of support for the women around the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the summer. We've got a lot of cricket at King City. Our game is the morning game. We've got 50 over cricket starting at 12:30. But you're right, a lot of support. I see Coach Pupudu watching the women's games as well. He's got some decisions coming up as well. Got to select a national side for the Women's Americas.
Yes, that's a big job. The selectors have to the task with picking the best squad to represent Canada. And you know, there's always controversy once teams are selected. No one is ever happy, but the selectors have to do what they think is best for the team and what is needed at the time. So, but they'll always be armchair selectors.
Yeah, selections are always tricky. And you're right, you can't really please everyone sometimes. And looks like we're going to have a change in wicket keepers. Sana Zafar, she's taking the gloves back. Sai Purandane, she's out in the field. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. The men's nationals is starting tomorrow.
Yes, the men's nationals start tomorrow. It's just an unusual year where it's back-to-back. It's not normally this way, but there's so much cricket been played and things have been pushed back that the men start tomorrow, and then right after that, a few days later, we have the GT20.
Yeah, we've got an action-packed summer. The new batter out in the middle, Sonali Vig. She's got a lot of experience under her belt. She's out there with Nicole Gallagher. Unfortunately for her side, they're 4 down, just 43 runs on the board. They still need 80 runs.
Yeah, it's a tall task, though. They need 80 runs and 68 balls.
It's played into the leg side. They pick up a single. Should have picked up 2 runs. Just not fast on that first run. How many sides coming in next week, Ingo?
All 10 provinces are here next week. So it's 2 groups of 5 and over the full week. So with the finals on Friday.
Let's play it into the leg side. It's going to be just a single. Oh, and do you see that swarm of bugs? Can't see it on camera, but it's a
I do, yeah.
fairly large swarm.
I think what I've observed is the batters are not running the first single fast. They're jogging it, so there's no opportunity to get a second if possible, if some sort of misfield, especially when the ball is hitting the deep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to be very aggressive with that first run. We did see Ontario Heat do that a little bit in the first innings. Vandana Mahajan, when she was out there in the middle, she was pushing the first run hard. She was attentive, any slight misfield, and she was off for a second run.
Number what?
But these are things that come with playing. These are things that come with experience.
Thank you.
It does. Is it another bowling change?
Number 30.
Do have a bowling change. The new bowler, Sai Purandare. She just took the gloves off, gave them back to Sana Zafar, and she's back into the attack with the ball. Tossed up delivery. Fortunately, Nicole Gallagher finds the fielder on the offside. British Columbia did a very good job this morning with the ball, and they've just lost their way a little bit with the bat. It's picked up into the leg side. It'll just be the single. Nicole Gallagher looking to Sonali to see if she's ready to come back for a second. Unfortunately, they stick to just the one run.
And that may be the downfall of the team if they're going to get this run. The urgency in the running is not there, and hitting the ball in the deep there, I thought that was an easy two.
Pulled away, swept away. It's going to be another single. It said on the first day when the tournament started, 4 back-to-back days of cricket. Most teams have played back-to-back games. This is when fitness is really tested, and unfortunately, if you're not fit, I'm sure a lot of these girls are going to be sore. Day 4 of cricket.
It's tough. It's a tough tournament. Hopefully one day Cricket Canada will get to the point where these matches can be played just one game a day and they can rest in between at some stage, because it's very tough to play back to back to back if you're not accustomed to doing that. And as you said, they will be really tested. I'm sure there's some tired legs out there right now.
We've got tired legs. We've also had a few injuries. That's extremely flighted. Cole Gallagher putting that into the leg side. They'll pick up another single. You make a good point about trying to play one day game, but then we also have to worry about the fact that most of these players have day jobs.
That's the problem. Most of them have day jobs. They're not full-time cricketers, so they can't do that. And even in the Americas, I noticed that they're also playing back-to-back now, which they try and get to the tournaments as soon as possible.
Again, just a reminder, the cutoff time is 12:25. At that point, Duckworth Lewis is going to need to come in. We did mention there's a game starting here at 12:30. 76 needed off of 60 balls. Not sure if we'll be able to get all 60 deliveries in, or if Ontario can bowl British Columbia out. Just calling for a helmet. There is a rule
Checking if
change.
this is correct, though. Is it 60 balls or is it over 54 balls?
Hey, me.
Score is showing 60, but should be a 19 over game, isn't it?
Correct. We only got through 19 overs in the first innings.
Bowler number 2 coming back on.
Thank you. No. Take out the next. You have a game.
Tarisha Bess into the attack from the pavilion end. She starts off with a dot. That's driven beautifully into the offside. There's a misfield by the cover fielder. They'll pick up another run. Sorry, correction. They only pick up the one run.
Yep, just the one run.
Snolly Vig, unfortunately, not as quick as Nicole Gallagher. They were able to run some quicker singles and doubles when Amarpal Kaur was out in the middle with Nicole Gallagher. We did have a rain delay this morning, so we're pressed for time. The weather's not looking great for next week, Ingo.
No, I was looking at the weather earlier today, and they're calling for thunder showers from Tuesday. But that's not a good sign. Hopefully that the weatherman is wrong this time. It's a job that you can never get fired for it, because you say one thing and then the next day it changes, then you can give a reason for the change.
That's right, the one job where you don't have to be accurate.
You don't have to be accurate, no accountability. All you have to say is that some northern winds blew it away or something. But coming back to the cricket, Bess is looking very good actually. She's bowling a decent line and length, and it's restricting the batters from getting that hand. They don't have the room to play the shots like they did with the earlier bowlers.
Yeah, she's a very experienced campaigner. It's cut away beautifully by Nicole Gallagher. That's the end of the over. 52 correction for 4 at the end of 11. Right, just getting back to your point, Engel, about Tarisha Bess. She's a very experienced player, played a lot of cricket in the West Indies. Always passionate to be involved. She gives it 100%.
Yes, she does. Very passionate cricketer, and I see that she takes her work very seriously. She's from St. Vincent originally, but plays a lot of cricket there and now doing her craft here in Canada.
This is good running. Good quick single, Sonali Vig. Sai Purandani, she's continuing the attack from the road end.
One ball, single. First ball is a single.
Looking to heave that. She completely misses it, Nicole Gallagher. The intent is there. Got a lot of international players this year around.
That's a good sign.
Cut away straight to the fielder at point. It looks like Sonali Vig is in. Oh, she's out. And she stands there, one hand on the hip, completely shocked. She looked quite comfortable from here.
Sonali. You can see the replay.
It was hit straight to the fielder, and
That's Sonali out, right?
good running to get there, because it was hit straight to the clean pickup back in the lane.
That's whose throw?
So I think
Number
yes,
15.
it's one of those that you want to have a replay.
Zari.
We're gonna have to work on that for next year. The fielder on the mark, Xylene Ortiz. She had a great return throw. Sonali Vig, unfortunately, she's got to walk back. 6 runs for her for 9 balls.
What the reason that she might have been given it was she didn't slide the bat. She just put it into the crease, and maybe the umpire thought that she was late dipping it in. Instead of, if you slide normally, the umpire give you the benefit of the doubt.
Now we've seen a little bit of that from most of the teams. It's lazy running, just not doing the basics, not sliding the bat in, not picking up the first run hard. out. Unfortunately, she's out first ball. I didn't really get around to introducing her. She's going to have to walk back for a duck, and British Columbia, they're imploding at this point. 53 for 6.
That ball pitched on a good length. I thought she should have gone forward to it, but she played back and it turned in and tipped the off stump. And I thought maybe if she played forward, she would have had a chance. Even if it hit on her pad, the umpire would have had difficulty in giving her out like before. But this happens when you go in at first. You're not settled yet, you're uncertain, and the bowler is throwing the ball pretty high actually.
Tossing it up. And it's not easy batting that when you've got so much extra flight and the dips on you. Unfortunately, a lot of these players are still so young in the game. They don't really have the basics. You mentioned playing on the front foot. It's such a foreign idea to some players still.
A lot of them even that ball well off the bat because it was slow, but I thought that it was a ball to get forward to. And I have not seen any of the batters really I'm probably the only one using the feet to the spinners.
Yeah, you're right. I think we saw a little bit of that from Vandy. Not a lot of driving off the front foot. I think I've seen maybe 2 cover drives in the last 4 days.
Correct.
The new batter in, Mansa Challa, the opening bowler for British Columbia. She's now got to do the job with the bat. Still needs 69 more runs. There's a big shout. Looks like it was going down leg.
Yeah, it looks like it's sliding down like sure.
Trisha Best continuing the attack. It's cut away. It's going to go straight to the fielder. It's going to be a dot ball. Lighted delivery, keeping low. I've seen the pitch keep very low at the pavilion end as well. Which grounds are we using next week? Oh, and that's a misfield by the fielder at point. Should be 2 runs. Just not running the first run hard enough, and Mansa Challa not even aware that there was a misfield.
The grounds for next week should be A and C. So there are a lot of grounds that's behind us.
Guys, come on, cameras on.
This is not a walkway there.
Almost another wicket. Bess is down. Very animated. She's bowled well today. She's picked up 2 wickets, and that's going to be the end of the over. 55 for 6 at the end of 13.
From the reaction of the players, it looked like a drop catch
Yeah, one.
for sure.
55 for 6. Yeah.
Best, as I said, she continues to hit the perfect line and length and have the batsmen guessing which way the ball is turning also. So they don't seem very comfortable playing against her.
And she's such an experienced campaigner. Sai to continue the attack. She's been very impressive. We've played a couple of games against her side this summer in the local league. How's that? There's a big shout from the keeper. The umpire says not out. Perhaps optimistic.
Yeah, the keeper was thinking, I think she stayed in her ground. I don't think she got out of it. If she is batting in her crease, then it looks like she just stayed planted there. So I don't think that was out. But maybe excited for catching the ball and taking off the tail so quickly.
And she's bowled. And that's going to be yet another wicket. British Columbia, 55 for 7. They're crumbling. And Ontario Heat, they look like they've got this final sealed in the bag.
Yeah, I think British Columbia, because they're not getting the singles, they're now looking to hit big shots and they're getting out. And again, I think another player guilty of not getting on the front foot and playing back to a ball that was up and got don't play a lot of cricket on turf, so maybe they just have to play more cricket on turf to understand how it plays different to the matches.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, most of the women all around just don't get enough games on turf. It's a similar problem we have in Ontario as well. Apart from the finals of the local league games and the provincials, there's really no turf available for the women. In fact, I think provincials were also on AstroTurf this year, if I'm not wrong, at Centennial Park.
Danvi.
Gold and 2 dots.
Yeah, 3 dots.
The new batter in, Tanvi Vaidyanathan. She got to bowl today. Hadn't seen her bowl yesterday, and now she's out there with the bat. 68 more runs still to get. She's pulled that away. She's just going to pick up the single. There's really no pressure whatsoever on Ontario anymore. Just the 3 wickets to get. They know there's really no firepower left out there in the British Columbian batting.
Yeah, it's Ontario could just show that they could get this game unless there's some miracle, some batter that we don't know that comes in and starts smashing it all over, because to get 67 runs from 36 balls is going to be very difficult for BC. So
Very
it's just a matter if they want to bat out the overs or if they're going to attempt to get these runs.
Yeah, very, very tall ask at this point. If you were out there, what would your game plan be?
I'll get the runs. I'll find a way to get the runs for sure. But I think, you know, what the downfall was when Amarpal got out. She looked very set. And you can see not just her, but the players, their shoulders dropped. They got very quiet after she was out. So even now, the support that was there earlier is not there.
Yeah, the morale certainly shifted as Amarpal lost her wicket, and she was distraught with herself as well. She knew that she had to be out there if British Columbia had any chance at winning this. Nonetheless, it does show the depth that we have here in Ontario.
Yeah, it does. It does. Ontario fielding 2 teams. The Fire starting to play properly later in the tournament. They started with a few losses, but now they've picked it up.
Yeah, a little too late for them, unfortunately. You'd almost call that an upset, what happened with the Fire side.
New bowler.
Vandy back into the attack from the pavilion end. Ball keeping low, very, very low. She's bowled well, yet to pick up a wicket. She'd love to pick up a wicket beside her name. Just the 7 runs coming off of her 2.2 overs. And that's punched into the offside. It's a good shot. She'll pick up a single. Nicole Gallagher, you know what? She's been very impressive for me, considering she's taken such a long break from cricket. She's looked great with the bat.
I agree. I was looking at her and I said she didn't look like she missed anything, but she was away for a while. I think she actually did some traveling, if I'm not mistaken. Took some time off, and now she's back, and she looks very good.
Oh, that's popped up in the air. It's going to fall short of the bowler. She did some traveling. She said she needed a break from cricket. And since she feels like she's ready to take it on again, she's a mom of 2 now.
Okay, great. You've seen a lot of athletes doing that, taking time off from the sport that they're in, having babies and then coming back. One of my favorite athletes, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, she did that. One of the best sprinters of all time. And seeing a few tennis players do the same. A brilliant catch.
What a catch that was. Fantastic diving catch forward. Not quite sure who the player was just as yet. Rhea Mistra. She's put her hand up as a captain consistently throughout the 4 days, and now she takes an excellent catch. British Columbia, they lose their 8th wicket, 59 for 8. 1 delivery to come in the over. angle. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at this, that's kind of the case of the women involved in sport. You do need to take a break at some point if you want to have kids.
Yes, you have to do that. And sometimes some do come back, some don't. And this seems to be though that after having kids, they seem to come back stronger. So maybe you know you did that, so maybe you know why they come back stronger. You can explain that to us.
It's because kids just take everything out of you.
Yeah, it's been good to see that. Yeah, Nicole has been the lone fighter out there from a while. She went into bat at number 3, was it?
Yeah, I think it was number 3. She's been very impressive out there. She's anchored the innings. She's played a mature innings. Punches that down to the bowler again. She's trying to get the ball away. Unfortunately, not able to do it as well as she would like. A few of us have done that though. Sanya Zia, she also has 2 babies now. Came back as well. Hala Azmat, she's got 3 kids now. But yeah, they really
Still playing,
chipping down the ground. That's a great shot. Hit straight down the ground. It's going to run away for 4 runs. Fantastic shot from Nicole Gallagher. This is the first real aggression that Sai Purandare has had to face in her bowling. Oh, very well bowled.
We can hear the coach in the background saying all boundaries, but not as easy. It's easier said than it is done, so it's not an easy task at all for one person.
It's always easier on the side, isn't it?
Too much pressure on Nicole.
It's going to be the end of the over. 59 for 8 at the end of 15. We've got 10 minutes of playtime left. Cutoff time 12:25. I don't think we'll be able to get through all 30 deliveries in that time. And just looking at the number of wickets and the score, we know Ontario Heat has won this final.
Yeah, I think on maximum you'll probably get is 3 overs. So definitely will not get to the full over quota. And it will be a Duckworth Lewis method, and I'm sure Ontario is way ahead on the DL method. The required run rate is now 13.56. So we need some big hitters if they're going to get anywhere close.
We need the likes of Danielle.
Correct.
Oh, and she's bowled. Vandana, she picks up her first wicket. She'll be happy to have picked up a wicket to her name. Correction, she picks up her second wicket. And Belinda Williams, she's going to have to walk back 5 today for her off 6 deliveries.
Good bowling, impressive so far. 3 overs, 3.1 overs, 2 for 8 by Vandana. And the way it's looking, they may not lose in 10 minutes because they might be bowled out.
Number 35.
9 down. And
Number
the way
35,
the bowling
Brandon
is
Williams.
right now, I think it's a chance of BC being bowled out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. We've just got the 1 wicket to get.
You get bowled, right?
Mannat Hundal, the last batter in for British Columbia. Andy to continue the attack. It's full straight. It's driven into the offside. I don't think it's going to be more than a single. Oh, they do push for the second run. This is good running. 2 runs comfortably at the end.
The way she played that shot, it didn't look like a number 11.
What's her name?
One of the best cover drives
Number 11 is who?
for the whole day.
Who back
She's
number
been
11?
so impressive with the ball as well. She's a leg spinning prospect for the Canadian side. She's got good control with the ball. Showing her class with the bat now.
Mana.
Most importantly, she's a young'un.
Yeah, and I'm just actually two balls that I've seen. I'm wondering if she's
Number
back to
23.
last impressions.
That's well bowled, well batted. Good stuff from Vandana Mahajan. Just the 3 deliveries to come from her. 10 runs off of 3.3 overs. She's been a standout performer for this final. Oh, that's popped up in the air. It's going to be an easy catch. Rhea Misra, she takes the catch of the final wicket. Manat Hundal, she is out for 2, and most importantly, British Columbia, they're bowled out. 68 all out. And the winners, Ontario Heat, they'll be very proud of themselves. They've played extremely well all through the 4 days. They come out on top, and they win the Canadian Nationals at King City, Ontario.
मैं आपको फोन कर लूँगा आप किधर हो
Ontario team is out there celebrating undefeated all week. So there's a reason for celebrations for sure. After losing last year's tournament, they're back and they won this time around. So they're quite happy. And the whole team, the manager is running out with his camera to take pictures.
They have definitely played very well all through the 4 days. Top class cricket from them.
I think it's been good, some good cricket all around. You can see the improvements from the last time. So the teams are definitely doing some work. And I believe that even more work needs to be done. They need to have leagues in their provincial, in their provinces. They need to have some leagues. And then once they get more cricket, then I think we'll see more and more players emerging.
Yeah, you're right. Just got to get the number of players up. It also means that it challenges the players up top to work harder.
It does, and from this tournament I can see there's going to be competition for spots because, in the past the Canadian team has basically been the same for a number of years, but we're now seeing other players emerging, so you may see some new names on the team, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely, and rightfully so. We do have some new talent. And you know what? They've warranted questions for a spot. Just a quick recap of the game. Ontario Heat, they were in there first with the bat. They put up 122 for 8, and they've come out on top. The standout batter, Vandana Mahajan, 61 off 50 for her today. The rest of the batters chipping in here and there, but she made sure she anchored the innings. Manat Hundal with the ball for British Columbia. She picked up 2 crucial wickets. Just the 13 runs of her 4 overs. Sonali Chandok Vig, she picked up 3 wickets. Just 15 runs off her 2 overs as well. In return, British Columbia, 68 all out. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get going with the bat. Only 2 players getting in double digits. Amulpar Kaur, 15 off 15 for her, and Nicole Gallagher, 15 off 36. Nicole did well to stay out there. Needed support on the other end, though. Bowlers for Ontario Heat, Rhea Misra picked up a wicket, 10 runs off of her 3 overs. Tarisha Bess was very good with the ball, picked up 2 crucial wickets, 8 runs off her first overs, or her 4 overs, correction, and Vandana Mahajan again stand out with the ball, 3 wickets for her, 3.4 overs, just the 10 runs coming off of it. And Sai Purandare, she chipped in with another 2 handy wickets, 15 runs coming off of her 4 overs. The standout player, you'd have to say, Vandana Mahajan, bat and ball, she looked great out in the field today. It's been a pleasure commentating for you through this Women's Nationals final. Ontario Heat, the winner of the tournament. Thank you for being a part of this with us, and enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you, Engel, for being a part of the commentary.
You're welcome, and it's been my pleasure.
Yeah, 16 going full.